Hey everyone, welcome to the Seeds of Success podcast, hosted by Dottie San Martin and myself, Orly Rivera. This show is your weekly dose of knowledge, insights, and actionable tips to transform centers into striking successes. Whether you're a seasoned industry professional or just stepping onto the lanes, we've got you covered. Dottie, how are you doing today?
Hi, Orly. I'm doing great. We have such a special guest in the house, a returning guest in the house. Jelena, welcome.
Thank you. I'm moving here with you. We're having 3 hosts soon.
Hey, we welcome you with open arms for sure. Well, Jelena, I know for a fact, we just recently had Bowl Expo, and at Bowl Expo, we unveiled the new Cubica AMF website. And this was one of your projects and one that you spent an exorbitant amount of time making this gorgeous website. So first of all, I say congratulations, job well done.
Good job.
I'm sure you're relieved, right?
Absolutely. Big relief. It was a big renovation project, and we really wanted it to be today's instrument for the future, right? Looking to the future.
Absolutely. And so that's really what I want to talk about today, Jelena. A website for any business is really your doorway to the world. And it's such a great way to make sure that you are bringing customers in through your website. So I want to, you're hands-on with the Cubica AMF website. So I wanted you to kind of have the conversation of what should we be looking at? What things are really important? How do we make sure that we're being found when people are searching for us? So we're just going to jump right in and just head first into this subject.
Right. So I have a magic word for you. It's user experience.
Okay.
It looks like a weird word, like only for professionals, but it's really easy to identify with the user, right? So easy example. You, a bowling center proprietor, go out, search for information to go, a restaurant, right? So you search in Google, restaurants around me. You find like 3 fish restaurants. Yes, great. I want to see their menu. You click on the first 3 links. And first one is their social media. And you see pictures of their menus of here and there, blurred. You cannot read them. You cannot make a computer read it for you. Okay, yes, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
The next one has a great page, but you cannot find anywhere the link to the menu. Okay, there is a PDF. Let me download it. Yeah, your computer has license expired. Your phone cannot open the PDF. The third one, maybe it's not in the target, but you can find their menu. You can preview what you can eat there. And you see there a few items you can eat, and you can book your seat for tonight. Great. All tools in one place. You see the address. You chose that restaurant. The one that in one place provided you correctly aligned information and provided everything you as a user wanted to find from there. Mm-hmm. So what a bowling center user experience is, they want to find a bowling center near them, an entertainment hub near them, where to spend time with their friends. They want to see opening hours, the address, and how to reach it. Is there parking? Is like easy parking lot, right? All of that information. And sometimes they would ask AI, they would like vocally Google, find me the information on how can I reach easily that center. So if the search can read that information on your center, so it's not hosted somewhere in a picture, right?
Yes.
Then you as the user get that. You're driving somewhere, you just vocally ask Google, where should I drive to, like to the nearest bowling center? Google found it on your website.
And, sometimes it's a matter of just a question that they have.
Yes.
Do you offer children's birthday parties?
Yes. Or even, is there access to with the wheelchair? Is this kosher food? Can I have gluten-free pizzas there? Like, there's plenty of information. If you offer that service, make sure you list it properly on your website. So you would say, well, I have it on, like I mentioned on my Facebook post and Instagram. Well, there is a huge amount of people who do not like to use social media. Yes. It happened to me like few days ago. I spoke to a person, it was my age, and I said, so did you see that video from Facebook? And that person said, no, I don't want to accept like Facebook terms and conditions. I'm not using it. I'm not accepting anything. Mm-hmm. So if that video is not hosted on that, like on a website somewhere, they're not reaching that person potentially.
Yeah.
Yes.
A website is usually something like people trust websites. Website is a trustful source of information.
I use them all the time. I mean, and being a parent and just not even being a parent, but just, if we are looking for a restaurant that we want to go have some fun at, like the kids are like, oh, is there video games there? There's sometimes where I'm looking on a website and I'm looking at the photos people have uploaded and I'm like, it kind of looks like there's a game right there. They might have games, but you don't see it on the website. And what do? I usually just move on to the next one until I find what I want. Or like you said, the menu or just the hours, I see a website as, back in the day before the internet. Let's say you pull up to a bowling center, you're like, oh, I wonder what that place looks like inside. There's no windows really to look in there and see what it looks like. Nowadays, you want to be able to see everything that's in there before you go. If they're showing you all these things they have, whether it's video games, whether it's hyper bowling or something cool, you're going to be, oh, cool, the website shows it all here. Plus they have good food. Plus they're open till this time. You don't have to drive down there, try to look in the window, see if the hours are on the door, be disappointed when you get there and the door's locked. There's so much information you could get through the websites. And then just going back to kind of what you said about the social media, little off subject, but for instance, my kids' swim lessons were canceled the other day and they posted it to Facebook. But I'm like, so all these cars are pulling up and then leaving as they're seeing a sign on the door. But it's like not everybody has, or I don't check Facebook before I go to swim every time. Yeah. That's something that you gotta, get that out other ways. So.
Yeah. A really good way to start for those centers that may not realize what they do or do not have is to just kind of come up with a list of questions that you think people might have about services that you offer, or even, as you said, accessibility. And then, list all those questions that you think that they may have. And then also list all the services that you offer, have your menu, and kind of create just a little checklist. Yes. If you can create this big picture, your website should be a clear picture of everything that you offer. They should be able to get all their questions answered by looking into your website, right? Even being able to reserve the lanes or order menu items or whatever that case may be. You want to keep them there as long as possible. And even things to drive them there. Like, in bowling centers, if you've got leagues and you've got weekly scores, post those scores there.
Yes.
The hope is that when they're going to get their weekly score to see if they knocked, the person out of first place in high game, they see something there about a special or a drink that you're featuring this week, or, something that maybe you're exposing them to that they wouldn't have known otherwise.
Even the basics, though. You know how many times I've gone to a website, and this is going to sound crazy, because if I'm looking for a phone number of a place, my thing is I go to the website and then just scroll to the bottom because usually it's down there. There's many times where I've gone to a website and there's no phone number, and I'm like, how do you not have your phone number? Something as simple and easy, or you go to a website and there's no photos, and I'm like, it's just all writing, and I'm like, how in the world? Like, just move on, and that's a customer you lose.
Well, Orly, you said the right thing here. Scroll to the bottom. Like, people know that they have to scroll down to find all the information they need. And sometimes people build their website as labyrinths, right? Let them go to that page and find that page. And under that page, there can be a button that should lead you to complete the form, and maybe you get the information. Well, if you put everything on one page, scrolling down is so easy nowadays for people. They used to scroll down to find information, right? Put it on one page. Information, great pictures, opening hours, reservation button. Like, how do you do that? How, what, where, and when? All of those questions on one page. Make them answer.
Yeah. And, early on, you were talking about user experience. And that is really, for many, many customers, that is their first impression.
Exactly.
quality. And if they go try to search and find you and they have a bad experience because they can't find what they're looking for, or the images are not, clear, that is their first impression. And
Yes.
chances are you may not get them in your door because of that.
Yeah.
And that's
Also
what
consider what people are using to navigate your website. So normally people are somewhere around, so on their jobs, like finishing the day, and they want to see the lane to book or to see the menu in your web, like the options, and you put on your home. So they're navigating through their phones because they have their portable devices with them. So you put a QR code, for all the information, scan this QR code. How are they doing that with their phones? If they're already on your website, put a button there underneath. Click here. Remember that the user is experiencing your website for the first time, not knowing what to do there.
Yes. And again, it goes back to that user experience. If a customer is wanting to book a lane, and like you said, a lot of times they're doing it on the fly, right? I only have a few minutes. I need to book this lane. And it wasn't too long ago that when we were reviewing a website for a customer, we had to hunt to find the book now. It was buried, like you said, it was buried. We had to go looking for it. If I am, got 5 minutes in between a meeting and I want to book now, I don't want to spend that 5 minutes trying to find the link. I want to know it's right there. I book now. Boom. I'm ready to go. I've got a reservation. I'll see you then.
Yes.
But those are things that can create that very bad user experience.
And that's another magic word here. So what do we want customers to do? A conversion.
Yes.
What is a conversion for a bowling center? A reservation, or a person walking into your bowling center. So there are two ways to convert these people. Have them access the information on where is your bowling center and how to reach it, and reservation button. And if you put it twice on your page, or even 3 times, like on top for people who know your center and want to book quickly, or further in the page, you can do that. You could put your information like opening hours on top so people know already, or the number to call.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. The easier, the better. It's
Yes.
got to be a friendly experience. Absolutely. All right. Well, Elena, thank you very much. This has been super, super helpful. Now's a good time, folks, to go out and take a look at your website. Make sure that you've got all the I's dotted, T's crossed in there, answering all the questions that your potential customers may have. So thank you very much, Elena. Orly, always thank you for being such a great host. And listeners, thank you for being part of today's episode of Seeds of Success. With decades of industry experience, we are honored to share ideas, strategies, and trends designed to help entertainments like yours thrive and grow. Until next time, let's continue to build success, one happy customer and one incredible experience at a time.